Wow, 10 years already? My goodness, how time flies. Pastor, it's been 10 years. Thank you for the 10 years that you've given us, my family and the church family. The many times we've sat in the meetings through the past year, they all have been great. As a deacon and being here 10 years and a deacon for more than 25 years, I know what a pastor and his family go through. And I can see you have been awesome through all the challenges that you have had to be confronted with. So I want to say thank you on your 10 years. I could probably name a number of humorous things, but I believe the most humorous thing that I experienced was very, very simple. When you first arrived here, and we were down at Linton Hall Baptist Church at the homegoing service of Dr. Wilson. You sent me a text on my phone, and lo and behold, I didn't know how to text. But now, Pastor, I can text now. Thank you for the learning. God bless you, and heaven smile upon you and your family for the 10 years that you've been here. Thank you.
So I've been at Calvary pretty much my entire life. At the age that I was when Pastor Russell got here was 12. That's when I believe that you first really start to be able to understand church for yourself. On his first Sunday here, I got baptized, and of course at that age, you were a little scared, shocked. And of course I didn't want my head to go under the water. So the first time I went down, I was able to fight and resist so my head wouldn't go underwater. But on my way up, he put me back down and made sure my head went under. That was something I always remembered. But as I got older, I learned to appreciate Pastor Russell for the real life aspect that you need in the church. Meaning that no matter who walks through the door of Calvary, they'll be able to receive a word that they can understand on their level. It's not originated to one type of Christian. You could be someone coming off the street that's looking for God, and you'll be able to understand the word because it is not trained to one audience and anyone to be able to understand it. And that's what's needed in the church. I always tell people that as I've grown older, church has become more of a necessity and not a practice. I'm not the oldest person, but I just feel like it's something that I need to help me get through the weeks. So I appreciate Pastor Russell for those small things and for the even larger things that he done for the church. And here's to 10 years, and hopefully there's many more.
Hi, Pastor. It's Rochelle. Many people don't know this, but Pastor Russell lives right down the street from me, and I think it's a blessing that I have my pastor so close. Several years ago, unfortunately, I slipped and fell on ice and broke my wrist, and since I do not have any family here, the first person I thought to call was Pastor Russell, since he literally lives like 2 minutes away from me. He was at my house within 5 minutes and took me to the emergency room and made sure I was all right, and even made sure I had something to eat after having that unfortunate incident. And I'm forever grateful that I have a pastor that will always be there if I call. It doesn't matter any time of day or night, that he makes sure that I'm okay. And I'm also extremely grateful that I have a pastor that allows me to operate in my gift and just allows the Spirit to freely flow within me. He does not try to stifle my gift, but just allows me to lead the music ministry without stepping in or telling me what to do, but just allows me to be led by God. And so for that, I'm extremely grateful. I just want to wish you well and all the best on your 10th anniversary. I cannot believe it's been 10 years already. And just to let you know from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate everything that you have done and that I love you.
Hello, my name is Robe Joseph. I've been a member at Calvary for a little over a year, and I'm just here to wish Pastor Russell a happy anniversary. You really affected my life in a positive way. Coming from a different church, I had like tunnel vision on how I looked at people, but you actually helped me to see everybody and their faults and mistakes, and knowing that God is able to change all your faults and mistakes and make you a positive person and put you on that path. I thank you for that inspiration and that teaching. Have a wonderful anniversary.
Hey, Pastor, it's me, Elaine. In thinking about what I might say and how wonderful you are, I thought about when my mother passed and the hardships that we were going through with grieving her loss. At the funeral, as we were sitting there talking to each other, my sister and I looked at each other and said, "Hey, there's Pastor Russell." And I was really amazed because you didn't say anything about coming to be with us, but knowing the distance that you had to travel to get there for a few minutes and turn around and come back to Baltimore, I was truly grateful about the time that you had taken to be with my family. Knowing that you had already had a relationship with my brother Victor was another thing that amazed me, that he actually was in class with you. And just knowing that God puts people together that for whatever reason you may not know at that time, but how he will intertwine different things to make the connection or the relationship mean that much more. So again, I appreciate you coming and being with the family and how you've been supportive all through the years. These 10 years that you've been here, you've been like a brother to me, and I just appreciate all that you've done. Thank you so much, and happy 10th anniversary to you and your family. God bless you.
Happy anniversary, Pastor. Happy anniversary, Pastor. Happy anniversary, Pastor.
Hi, Pastor Russell. I was happy when they said unto me, "Do you want to say something to the pastor?" And I have several things I could say, but I've narrowed it down to 3 main things. First of all, Pastor, I feel blessed to have a pastor who is so down to earth, so real, so humble, and so loving toward us as a people and us as a church. Your love comes through very clearly, and I feel blessed by that. Through you and under your leadership, I've become a minister, and not just a minister, but I've become ordained. And I just thank you that you see me, and you see me as I am. I know that being a pastor is not just preaching a sermon. Being a pastor is, as others have said, those late night visits, those prayers in the middle of the night. And so you have stood up to the call, and not everybody can do that. But I just want to tell one story about you. When we had our first Christmas fellowship and we exchanged names. I think you even organized the party. And we exchanged names, and I got your name, and I wondered what to get you. And of course, what came to mind? Steelers equipment. So I got you a Steelers shirt and some other things. But when you opened that box in the restaurant and took out the shirt, the other people in the restaurant started booing because, of course, they were Ravens fans. And the more they booed, the more you danced, and the more you shook that shirt around and around and around. And we just laughed and laughed and laughed. And so it's wonderful to have a pastor who knows how to have fun, who has fun. And so I'm grateful to be under your pastorate. And I love you. I love Rita and all the kids. And I want us to have 10 times 10, as long as God will keep you here. One other thing, God showed me your face before you came. And I don't know why he did that. He's never done that before, but he showed me your face. God bless you, God keep you, and God love you.
I thank God for you. I thank God for all the years you have ministered to us. And I thank God for the classes I attended with you, the last 3 classes. And I thank God that He used you to reveal the deeper things about God which impacted my life. At times I had tremendous problems and not know what to do, but God gave me recall of things you revealed in class about him to help me handle my problems in a way that I believe that was glorifying to him. So I want to thank you for doing your deep studies and being willing to share with the whole congregation. Those classes were wonderful. I enjoyed them. I didn't always receive everything well, but I've come to realize that God was working through you, and the word was just so helpful in my life and other people's lives too. So thank you. Continue your study, continue sharing the word, and being all that God wants you to be. Happy anniversary.
Hello, Pastor and the beautiful Lady Rita. I just want to say thank you. They say time flies when you're having fun, and it's been 10 wonderful years. Pastor, I have grown under your leadership, and I am continuing to grow, and for that I am so grateful. I'm just a person that normally just likes to be in the background, but things that I have done under your leadership has pushed me forward in certain positions. So again, I am grateful. I appreciate you, and I am not a singer, so this is just a little something from me to you. I am praying for you. I am praying for you, praying that someday all your dreams will come true. And if the rain should fall, just know the sun will shine again. And I am praying for you. Happy 10 years, Pastor.